You know, how tall are you?
Well, less than 5'1".
That's like a kid who's about to turn 16 says, I'm almost 16. You are a diminutive person, giant of talent. The night I saw you at the Forum, that place went crazy.
She was known as the Ivory Queen of Soul.
The music world is in mourning tonight. R&B singer Teena Marie died in her sleep last night at the age of 54.
We expect to learn more today about the death of R&B singer Teena Marie. A woman who was known as the Ivory Queen of Soul died Christmas night in her sleep. She was known for her hits Lover Girl, Square Biz, and Fire and Desire, which was a duet with Rick James. Marie was 54 years old.
On the afternoon of December the 26th of 2010, Teena Marie was found dead by her daughter, Alia Rose, in her Pasadena home. On December the 30th of 2010, an autopsy was performed by the coroner of Los Angeles County. These are the details of events that would take place before, during, and after the death of Teena Marie. A Southern California native, Teena Marie was born Mary Christine Brockert in Santa Monica, raised in the Mission Hills and Venice neighborhood of Los Angeles. At the age of 8 in 1964, the young Christine tap danced in an episode of the Beverly Hillbillies.
Well, there it is, $1 million.
Stay in a bus.
Now, dear, if we should see Mr. Clampett, you know what to do. Oh, thank goodness we brought your tap shoes. Watch me for tempo, and remember the signals. Now, this is a cartwheel, and this is a backflip. Oh, my baby's gonna be the new Shirley Temple.
Yeah, Ellie and Granny and Jethro come back?
No, sir, but there's a whole bus full of people coming up the driveway.
What do you reckon they want?
Well, I don't know, unless they seen your picture in the paper and want you to doctor them.
Well, I hope not. Morning, folks.
Y'all here to see Dr. Clampett?
Hey, that's you. Your picture's in the newspaper.
You've got to see my little girl. Let me right there.
Ma'am, you see, I ain't really a doctor. I can't,
Open this door. Let me go.
Take it easy, will you, lady?
I want him to see my Beverly. Now open this door.
Gee, I'm sorry about this. I'll get him out of here right away.
well, maybe you best let that woman off. She's about to bust your door.
Okay, thanks.
They're standing here, my Beverly. He's got to see that
Stand
child.
back, please. Stand back.
Come on, Beverly.
You might calm her some just to let her tell us her troubles. Sure hope Granny hurries back.
This is just so wonderful of you, Mr. Clampett.
Dr. Clampett.
Debbie, please. Ma'am, maybe you'd like to step inside where you can sit down and tell me about your little girl.
Did you hear that, Beverly? Isn't he a nice man?
But we love you.
Just step inside.
Huh? They don't look like there's nothing bad wrong with that little girl.
I hope not, but you never know. Nervous little thing, ain't she?
Don't you think she's got something?
Well, I don't think it's nothing to get excited about.
Wait. You haven't seen anything yet.
Please, ma'am, not all the way.
Sure is wearing fancy underwear.
Folks usually wears their best when they come to see the doctor.
Now, show 'em what you've really got, Beverly. Oh, I've taken her every place, and you're the first one that showed us any encouragement. Oh, isn't he a nice man?
Yes, we love you.
We love you, too.
How soon do you think you can cast her?
Cast her? Oh, well, that'll be up to Granny. She might want to try a couple of other things first before she puts her in a cast.
My Beverly's ready for anything.
Well, you come back in a couple of hours, and Granny'll probably be here by then.
Oh, bless you. Come along, Beverly. Well, I can do that on the bus. I just can't wait to tell everyone at the Hollywood Vaudeville Club what you're doing for Beverly. They all call her Little Tappy Toe.
And in high school was active in musical theater. But she was drawn first to a broad range of music. Christine taught herself to play several instruments, starting with guitar, bass, and congas, and before graduating high school was leading her first group. It was in a subsequent band with best friend Mickey Hearn and her brother Tony Brockard that Teena was discovered by Hal Davis. Teena was on Motown's roster by the end of 1975. Through manager Winnie Jones, a staffer at Motown Publishing Company, Joe Beck, Teena was then paired with ascending funk whiz Rick James. The two made an instant connection, and with backing from Rick James' Stone City Band, they put together Teena's debut album, released on Motown. In early May of 1979, the lead single, I'm a Sucker for Love, was on the Hot Soul Singles chart, on its way to a number 8 peak. Wild and Peaceful, as with most of Teena's subsequent LPs, proved to have staying power, remaining on the charts for 6 months. Successful as it was, topping out at number 18 on the Soul chart, the album merely hinted at Teena's potential. For the most part, it was a showcase of her vocals and Rick James' writing and production. Going by her voice and lack of accompanying portraits in the packaging of Wild and Peaceful, listeners assumed that Teena Marie was black.
When I first heard you sing, I mean, I was blown away, but I didn't see a face, you know? Mm-hmm. So to show you how one can get caught into a cliche or whatever, I'm just assuming that you were African American.
These perceptions and any notion that Teena was merely a fledgling protege were changed with the makeup, presentation, reception of the 1980 releases Lady T and Irons in the Fire. Another big year was had by Teena in 1981. She duetted with Rick James on the hit Fire and Desire off the multi-platinum selling album Street Song.
You were cold as ice.
And assisted another Motown act, Ozone, on Gigolette. It was between those two appearances that she would release Irons in the Fire. After a contract dispute with label boss Berry Gordy, Motown sued its platinum record star in 1982. When Teena Marie told the label she no longer wanted to perform. Her successful countersuit came to be known as the Brockard Initiative, made it illegal for record companies to keep an artist under contract without releasing new material for that artist. Teena left Motown and signed a deal with Epic Records that also enabled her to establish her own publishing company. Her second label era began in 1983 with Robbery, the first album of which she wrote all the material on her own. Naked to the World and Ivory, issued respectively in 1988 and 1990, worked a slicker contemporary R&B style with some new Jack Swing flavoring. Those three final Epic LPs produced 7 charting singles, including the instant classic ballad Ooh La La La. A hot block singles chart topper interplotted the next decade on the Fugees' Fuji La. Passion Play, self-issued in 1994, was preceded by a break of a few years. 10 years would pass before Teena released another album. In 2004, while Teena Marie was sleeping in a hotel room, a large picture frame allegedly fell and struck her on the head. This blow would cause a serious concussion that resulted in momentary seizures the rest of her life. Teena, who had devoted much of her time to raising her daughter, found a new label home with Cash Money Records. For Cash Money, she released LaDonna in 2004 and Sapphire in 2006. Both entered the R&B hip-hop chart at number 3. In an unfortunate turn of events, Teena Marie was found dead in her home on December the 26th of 2010.
We expect to learn more today about the death of R&B singer Teena Marie. The woman who was known as the Ivory Queen of Soul died Christmas night in her sleep. She was known for her hits Lover Girl, Square Biz, and Fire and Desire, which was a duet with Rick James. Marie was 54 years old.
She was known as the Ivory Queen of Soul. R&B singer Teena Marie died at her Los Angeles home yesterday, apparently from natural causes. She often described herself as a white soul singer. Her hits included Fire and Desire, Lover Girl, and Square Biz. Teena Marie was 54 years old.
At the time of her death, Los Angeles County Assistant Chief Coroner Ed Winter stated Teena's cause of death may be determined by toxicology tests, the results of which would be provided 6 weeks after Teena's body was found. No illegal drugs were found in a search of Teena's Pasadena home earlier in the week. Teena was found unresponsive in her home on a Sunday after she settled in for an afternoon nap. Magazines and newspaper articles would allege that Teena may have suffered a grand mal seizure while she slept, which may have contributed to her death. Teena's publicist would also state that Teena experienced a grand mal seizure a month prior, from which she was still recovering, and had since reportedly insisted on having someone nearby when she was sleeping. Teena had suffered an additional seizure en route to the hospital after she sustained an attack the previous month. Teena was unable to secure an appointment with a neurologist for another 3 weeks and was prescribed medication in the interim. During the Essence Fest in New Orleans, Teena opened up about her dependency to Vicks, which she had picked up after the death of Rick James. Investigators will conclude that Teena's autopsy turned up no signs of trauma, nor would they confirm a cause of death.